Time to find out, can you beat Fallout 4 survival difficulty with only a baseball bat? This was the hardest challenge I've ever done. Not because of the challenge itself, because I've never played Fallout 4 survival before. And this kicked my butt. And I was not too happy about it. If I did a live stream of this, I would be cussing and screaming throughout the whole live stream. Alright, now here are the rules. I'm only allowed to use a baseball bat to do damage. I'm not allowed to use a legendary baseball bat. And I am allowed to upgrade my baseball bat along the way. Those are the only rules. With all that being said, let's get it started. Alright, so for my stats, they're basically just a traditional melee build, and I made my name be Strong Woman, and I picked a woman for the Black Widow perk, and it's been a while since I've been a woman in this game, so why not? As then I watched the world come to an end, went down into the vault, and watched a man murder my husband in cold blood. Well, at least I'm single now. After that, I got out, and it was time for me to avoid some rad roaches by closing the door. Yeah, rad roaches do a lot of damage on survival difficulty, well, at least when you have no armor. Eventually though, I got out, set up a bed, slept to heal, and got everything prepared by building water purifiers and basically just doing the traditional stuff you would do in Fallout Survival. Even though I haven't played Fallout Survival, I've seen other people play it, so I had somewhat of an idea what to do. As then I headed to the Cambridge police station and agreed to help Pound and Dan. And by help, I would stay away and let him do all the work. I needed money to buy a swatter, because technically that is a baseball bat, and it's not legendary, so I was going to let Dance do all the work and collect as much weapon as ammo as I can to buy a baseball bat. I wonder how many people have sold literal laser rifles for a piece of wood. Probably not very many. As then I watched Dan be shot up by a bunch of synths, and waited for them all to die so I can collect as much ammo as possible, so I can buy a baseball bat and some stim packs. Eventually, after watching him be tortured, I then burnt him alive with all the other synths. As then I went to talk to him, and he gave me righteous judgment, which will be worth the sell. Now I finally got my weapon, a swatter. Swatter, swatter, swatter! And yeah, after that I immediately upgraded it. Now, I've never done melee and survival before, so it was time for me to see how good this goes. And well, it went pretty well. As me deciding to help the Minutemen, because this is a tutorial quest, and the raiders will be easy, and it will give me a good feel how melee combat will be. I also got the cannibal perk, which will help me sustain myself. I got a little too cocky though, and I did die to some raiders and got bashed to death, which is not nice. My second attempt though, I decided to not be as cocky and actually fight with the brain, and I kill all the raiders. After that, I talked to Preston, and he tells me to use a minigun power armor. I can use the power armor, but I'm not going to use any minigun. And having a Deathclaw run at me is not fun, but like I do in every run, I hide in a little building, wait for him to come out, and hit him. I also run out for him to kill some raiders, because, well, less raiders for me is good, right? I then start to lure him into the building and beat on him and run back. Sometimes the Deathclaw will go away and I'll have to lure him back in, but it is an effective strategy, and eventually I'm able to kill a Deathclaw by doing this. After killing the Deathclaw, I then go back to upgrade my bat once again. Nice. Very nice.
Out Batman, there's a new guy with gadgets in town. As then, I went on to murder some feral dogs. I won't show every single random encounter, but I will show the ones that I find very interesting and the ones that gave me a heck of a challenge. With that being said, they end up murdering a Diamond City guard, so I got free guard armor. Then I had to lure a bunch of ghouls into a bus and kill them. And they broke all my limbs and almost killed me. Yeah, survival is, it's challenging. I mean, who thought the hardest difficulty in Fallout would be challenging? Am I right, guys? But yeah, I'm able to beat them to death with broken legs, which I guess is cool. After that, I go out and help some settlers, because I need to help the Minutemen a little bit so I can get into the Institute later. As I'm able to use VATS to clear out some raiders, because VATS is pretty OP in this game, especially when you rely heavily on a melee build. As I clear out the raiders in the cave, the raider boss is named Walter, and he's surrounded by chems. Did Fallout do that on purpose? Either way, Walter White goes down pretty easily, and then I talk to Preston, who makes me General of the Minutemen. And that's enough for the Minutemen questline, because I don't think I can fight a giant Mylar Queen with only a baseball bat. Nor do I want to, as then it's time for me to deal with the triggermen, and this was not fun. I tried to lure them out and kill them with VATS, which works somewhat of the time, as I'm able to deal with them pretty well.
Well, until they kill me. It is very challenging because they can kill me with only a few hits, even with Diamond City Guard armor. Usually that armor can last you for most of the game, but in survival, no, it cannot. I am able to eventually narrow them down one by one and kill them after a few hours. Then it was time for me to try to go down there. My plan is try to lure all the triggermen to me, and I'll kill them one by one through VATS by hitting them by the door. But eventually they overwhelm me and I die. So it's time for a new plan. My plan, run down there, kill one of them, run up, save by the sleeping bag up there, and then rinse and repeat. This process is long, and it takes me a very long time to do this, but it does in fact work. It just takes time away from your life, but who needs that, right? I mean, I'm a YouTuber. It's not like I have a life anyway. After going down there and killing and saving over and over again, eventually I'm able to clear most of them out. And by the way, the Cannibal perk was a huge help throughout this run. It gave me a lot of health, and it made me keep going. Now, it didn't mean I can only eat humans to survive, but as long as you know where the people are, it's not really that difficult. As I'm able to hide and use VATS to get through most of the dungeon, eventually I make it to Dino, and he does give me a bit of trouble, but the power run around like a maniac, I am able to deal with him. As then I go further down into the vault and deal with some more triggermen. The triggermen take away a lot of my health, but luckily I have Nick, who I use as a meat shield and get through, as eventually I make it to Skinny Malone, as I use VATS to take down Darla and most of his crew. I couldn't take down all of them, so I just ran and let Nick deal with Skinny Malone as I beat the woman up. Don't worry, I am a woman, so I am allowed to beat her death with a bat. That's just how society works, don't question it. After killing Darla, I then murder Skinny Malone with a baseball bat and make it throughout the vault. As then I go out and meet with Nick, and we discuss the case more. As it's time we break into Kellogg's house. As I use the greatest tool of all to get my way, money, as I bribe the secretary to give me the key. Remember kids, money talks, money talks. After getting the key, I then go over into Kellogg's house, pick up the cigar, and get Dogmeat to track him down. However, I don't feel like following Dogmeat all around, so since I don't want to do that, I just make my way to Fort Hagen and skip all that, as it's time for me to fight some synths. Now, I had decent protection against energy weapons, so I wasn't too worried, but I should have been, because the synths absolutely tear me apart. And if I was doing a live stream, you would hear me yell the F word and other crazy obscenities right now. Because this was not fun. This was not fun whatsoever. And if you are a masochist who likes to make your life as hard as possible and hate yourself, then I recommend survival difficulty. Eventually, I do have to leave to gather supplies though, like drinking from a dirty river. And, well, eating some people, as food is scarce in the wasteland. However, eventually I do make it through most of Fort Hagen, battling my way through Kellogg. But it was not fun. I had to hide behind doors and use VATS, and if I just messed up a little bit, I would die instantaneously, cause these synths are no effing joke. Eventually though, I'm able to break down each and every one of them, until I make it straight to Kellogg. As Kellogg looks at me and I look at him, I use some drugs and some VATS to destroy him instantly. Fun fact, Jet is overpowered. And without it, I don't think this challenge would have been possible. As I used Jet to destroy Kellogg with a baseball bat, which honestly, I lied, that didn't happen. I got him down to 1 health, and then him and his synths murdered me. Great, I love survival. I tried the same thing again because second time's a charm. Well, I guess it's third time, but for me it was second time because I'm able to move around a bit more so the synths don't blast me, and he's not able to get his stim pack down as I just absolutely murder him and run away from the synths. After killing Kellogg, I try to lead the synths outwards and take them out one by one. But that doesn't really work, so I have to go out there and use VATS to destroy them. Eventually, I am able to deal with the synths and get Kellogg's brain. That took me at least 3 hours, I think. After that, I walked out and I saw the Brotherhood airship come flying in. As then I met someone I've never met before, who was an ex-Brotherhood agent, which is cool. I honestly didn't know this guy existed. I then go to Good Neighbor, where some guy tries to rob me, but fun fact, you can't rob someone if you're dead. So my first instinct is to beat him to death. Because remember kids, violence solves all your problems. Probably shouldn't say things like this because YouTube might demonetize everything, but oh well. After that, I go into Kellogg's memories and learn that the Institute's using teleportation. As then, I go off to Far Harbor because I want the marine armor set, because this Diamond City armor is getting me killed over and over and over again, and I wanted to get some good armor. Because if I didn't, I'm going to have a brain aneurysm, and it's going to take me a month to finish this challenge video, so I decided to do it. As then I met with Dima as I talked to him. To get the marine armor set, you either have to complete the Children of Adam quest line or complete Dima's quest line. And I feel like going through his memories is a lot faster, so I went with Dima. So then I went and met with the Children of Adam, because to get access to Dima's memories, I have to drink from a puddle and get high off my balls. After getting high, I then watched some spiritual vision run around as I use a stealth boy to sneak past ghouls. I wanted to fight them directly, but no, that's not happening. 2 hits from these ghouls and I'd be dead. I would need great armor or power armor to get through them, and I don't feel like wearing power armor right now. So, yeah, I have to sneak past them, and my butthole was clenched the entire time doing this, because 1 hit from these guys and I'll be pretty much dead. And look, most of them are legendary too. Isn't that fun? Isn't survival so much fun? Eventually, I make it past there, as then I go back to get some power armor, because I'm actually going to need it to get to Dima's memories, because it's surrounded by robots that can kill me in like 3 hits. Hey, DLCs are so much fun. I love them. I mean, I am coming here very underleveled, so it's not really a DLC's fault. But hush, just let me complain like a whiny little B-word for once. As then I eventually make it and fight a legendary Assaultron, which is the whole reason I got the power armor before, because there's no way I'd be able to beat this without it. As it's charging up its laser, which scares me every time, I try to get around it and beat it with my bat to try to destroy it. I even tried to save once on instinct, but I forgot I'm in survival. Eventually, though, I'm able to destroy it, and I get a useless flamer, as then I'm finally able to enter Dima's memories. And since these are pretty much boring, I'm just going to skip past them all, because we've all done these before or watched someone else do them, so there's not really much else to say. After going through Dima's memories, I could finally get the marine armor set, as I went to boat underwater, collecting all the marine armor. After that, I then took it off to wear a hazmat suit, because I need to go into the glowing sea. But the marine armor will come in handy later, and will pretty much save this challenge. But even with it on, this challenge is still extremely difficult. As then I went to talk to the Children of Adam, and they told me about Virgil. Virgil told me I'm going to have to go kill a courser, which will be fun. Murdering a high-tech machine with a baseball bat with saws on it. I mean, what could possibly go wrong? I do have a close encounter with this blood bug, begins to almost kill me with poison, but I'm able to take some drugs and just run the hell out of there and not look back as I make it past the blood bug. After making it through the glowing sea, it's time to go to Green Tech Genetics, which does not have a sleeping bag. Because why would it have a sleeping bag to let you save? Why would it do that? I'm stuck on here for who knows how long. As I make it to Gunner, my plan is to lure them out and kill them, which it honestly goes pretty well, and I'm pretty confident. Until I start to get into some problems. I didn't know there was a bed next to Green Tech Genetics. I had to spawn back to Diamond City a lot when I died, which is a lot, because I'm trying to beat people to death who have automatic weapons, and I have a baseball bat. Not really the best idea, so I do die a lot, and usually it's by the missile guy. Eventually I get lucky and I'm able to make him drop it through VATS, as I think I finally did it. I won. I made it past the gunners. Woo! That was not fun. Eventually, though, I do die and have to try again, because life sucks. But I have a better idea. Instead of fighting the gunners, like you should, my plan is to use a bunch of drugs and run past them. Buff out, jet, you name it, I use it. As I run past all the gunners as they shoot at me with the power of drugs. As I make it to the courser, and he drops his weapon. Yeah, the super sludge perk makes people drop their weapons sometimes, and it's a really great perk for a melee build, almost a must. As with him dropped his weapon, the best he can do is punch me, so this is actually just kind of sad and pathetic. Kind of funny that getting past a bunch of normal men is way harder than beating a high-powered death machine. Apparently, they really cut the budget for the Terminators, because this one was quite easy to deal with.
Eventually, though, I'm able to beat him down and kill him, as then I leave and go off to fight some feral ghouls. This was another random encounter that I thought was quite interesting, because I managed to kill 4 ghouls with only VATS. Now that is impressive. As then I decided to wipe out the railroad because, well, I'm not going to side with them, and the Brotherhood and Institute both need them dead, so I might as well get this over with quickly. I'm able to kill a few and run back and have them be lured to me. Gloria's the biggest pain, but as soon as she drops her minigun, I'm pretty much in the good. Thank you, Super Sledge. Thank you. As I use some drugs to wipe them out, eventually I'm able to kill them all one by one, which is pretty nostalgic, not gonna lie. Because why help a machine when you can help yourself? Think, Railroad, think! Yeah, they do put up somewhat of a challenge, and I did die once, but after that, I was able to fight with a brain, as I call it, and just slaughter them. As Tinker Tom was the hardest to kill because he's the only decent character in the Railroad, and it hurts your heart every time you kill him. The rest of these guys can burn in hell for all I care. After wiping out the Railroad, I then decode the chip for myself, and then I go out to find Virgil. After talking to Virgil, he then sends me the plans to build a signal interceptor, and on the way I get attacked with a Jaguar, as I'm able to use hit and run tactics and VATS to kill. Nice! Yeah, I only use the encounters that make me look good. Don't worry, I do die a lot on encounters. Not gonna lie. But I'm able to upgrade my bat, turn it into metal, and add heaters. Watch out, ladies, it's getting hot in here. Ha ha ha. As then I teleport to the Institute with the Minutemen. After teleporting into the Institute, it's time for me to reveal who I'm going to side with. I'm siding with the Institute for 2 reasons. 1, they're my favorite ending, and I don't know why people don't like them. That's right, I'm an Institute lover, sue me. And 2, they're the hardest ending to get. And since fighting people with a piece of wood isn't hard enough, because of course it's not, I decided to side with the Institute, which gave me lots of brain aneurysms, but we'll discuss that later, as it was time for me to collect a synth. But this synth was guarded by a man with a fat man, who killed me a million times. Yeah, capturing Gabriel is never fun. I try, again, I even tried to sneak in with a stealth boy, but I get caught instantly, even though my sneak's pretty high. I almost kill him with a minigun, but with 1 health, he shoots me, and I'm 2 inches in front of him, and he survives. I don't get this game. Eventually, though, I'm able to run past him with the power of drugs. When in doubt, use drugs. That's what I learned from this game. Yeah, this game has not taught me the best lessons. Eventually, I make it to Gabriel, and I demand that he steps down, and I use the deactivation code to turn him into basically a toy, and it works. After that, I kill the raiders, and I get the F out of there, not want to deal with another person with an explosive ever again. Yeah, this challenge is fun, but it makes me want to rip hair out my head sometimes. As eventually I'm able to upgrade my bat again and give it some rockets. Nice. Now I'm rocket powered. Oh ho ho, better watch out. As then I meet with the Courser, and it's time for the Battle of Bunker Hill. As me and the Courser make it into Bunker Hill, I have to fight the Railroad because they're hostile to me. Apparently killing all their leaders in front of them made them mad or whatever. Babies, they should just get over it. I do kill the Railroad heavies pretty easily when the Institute's focused on them, as then I make it down to the synths and order factory reset in all the machines. With them all reset, they're able to go back to the Institute. As then I meet with Father. A lot of people don't like this quest for some reason, but Father talking about why he let you go, this is always emotional and always making my heart warm, and I don't understand why people don't like it. Anyway, then I spend 5 hours through Green Tech Genetics, and most of the footage got corrupted. This is all I had. Me fighting some robots with drugs. Not me dying over and over to the Brotherhood, and not me hiding from giant machines. Great. Well, I'm too lazy to do that all over again. Unsubscribe if you don't like it. After that, I then go and decide to do the House Divided quest, as I try to talk things out, but my charisma's low, so they don't let me, so then I go over there and bash some sense with a baseball bat. Still kind of pissed that I don't have the Green Tech Genetics footage. But I did fix something. I did delete Discord. For some reason, I think that's what was messing with my footage. I don't know why, but it kept saying recorded Discord. Anyway, I then make it through and demand that they stop this insurrection. And they do. After that, I put them all on probation. I could execute them. That would be funny. but I decided to be nice for once. As then I go off to kill some gunners who are harassing the Institute because we're trying to recruit someone. As the gunners are no joke, they do somewhat sizable damage towards me, but I'm able to lure them to me and take them one-on-one, as it's fun to take your frustrations out on others. As I kill them and eat them, I then make it to him and try to convince him to join the Institute, but he says no, and we have to use a robot to knock him out. Yeah, I should have gotten higher charisma. Oh well. After that, I then make a speech declaring the Institute to be their new overlords, and they're going to have to deal with it. After making the Institute's presence known through the radio, we had to fix the radio up. As fixing it up is easy and there's not really much to say here, so we then cut to me putting the fusion reactor in, because you all saw me grab it. No, the footage got corrupted? How funny! 6 hours of my life wasted! As then I attend the meeting, and I tell them that we should make more sense to fight the Brotherhood, because, well, that's what the Institute's known for. As at first, I tried to do this without power armor, because power armor is too easy, and I hate myself. And the first time goes kind of well. I use a stealth boy to try to sneak into the Brotherhood base. My plan was to sneak in and destroy the generators, and let the synths keep spawning in wave after wave after wave to deal with most of the Brotherhood before I come in and get to Liberty Prime. But that doesn't work, and let me tell you why. These generators, when you hit them, they blow up. And I don't know if you knew this, but having something blow up in your face isn't good for you, and they take away half my health. Yeah, this is not fun. I try to do it multiple times. Sometimes I'm able to take down one, but it's never really enough. I try to go to the first one. Maybe if I can take out this one, more synths can spawn in and help me deal with the Brotherhood. But it just doesn't work. The damage that the explosions do just do too much to me, and I just die right after every time, or right when I hit it. So, I take a step back. I wanted to get this video out by next week. I had to, well, get some strong armor. And what better armor than Enclave power armor, as I use Jet to run in and just beat him to death with my baseball bat. It's kind of fun beating someone to death when they are a literal tank with a piece of wood. Now, I guess my wood has spikes and, well, rockets, but still, I find it quite enjoyable, as I'm able to just tear him limb from limb. Sadly, some of his armor does fall off, so I can't use it, but the majority of it stays intact, which is very nice. After that, I combine that with my own power armor, and I use some Jet to run in there and destroy the engines. And guess what? When I destroy the generators, stopping the synths from relaying on, I don't lose half my health this time. I only lose 20%, which is still a lot, but hey, it's manageable. As I go to generator, destroying them one by one, causing the synths to teleport in. This quest can be really easy. Once you destroy all the generators, all you have to do is wait for a bit, because the synths will immediately keep respawning and the Brotherhood doesn't. After that, you just go to Liberty Prime and let the synths do most of the work for you. There is one hiccup, like the verteverts, who shoot at you, and I can't really do anything because I can't jump that high. Eventually, Elder Maxon does come up behind me and try to kill me with a laser machine gun, but he forgot something. No matter how strong you are, a baseball bat and Jet can never be defeated. As using Jet and my baseball bat, I'm able to run around him and tear him limb from limb, eventually killing Elder Maxon.
With Elder Maxon gone, the rest of the Brotherhood gone, we're then able to hack into Liberty Prime and watch it destroy the Brotherhood airship, which I get a pretty good cinematic view of.
Proven, yes you can beat Fallout 4 Survival with only a baseball bat. I had a lot of fun. You know, this challenge, it was difficult, and it didn't have me complain a lot, but that's just because I couldn't really save. I never played Survival before, and every time I completed a dungeon, I actually felt really happy and really good with myself, being able to complete these hard quests with nothing but a baseball bat. It was really fun, and if you liked it, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share with all your friends. Hope you had an amazing day. Peace out. See you.